Hello and good morning. It's Kathy Hampton. Please excuse the short delay. Dr. Donna, how are you? Good to see you here. Um, yes, I'm running a little behind. Not really running, but kind of shuffling some things around and missed my mark. Try to come in a little early so I can settle myself. Hope you're having a great morning. Hope you had a great weekend, long weekend for some of us. I know it was for me. Good morning, Catherine. Good to see you. Good morning, my peace. Great to see you here also. Yeah. Bon dia. Yeah. Very good. So, oh no, bon dia, bon tard. Beautiful people. Yes. Um, it is all of that. And if you are somewhere else in the world, it might even be, what is it, boy noit. Yeah, good night or good evening. So, how have you all been? Um, did you have a great weekend? It's been a long one for me. My weekend started on Thursday evening. Um, and I've been very busy this weekend. I was busy this weekend. How about you all? Um, First, let me introduce myself for anyone coming in, viewing this um, in the future, or anyone wants to replay it. Kathy Hampton of Wellness and Healing Practices, or Kathy Hampton Wellness and Healing Practices, just as it says right here, right now, formerly of Wellside Retreats. And I help women move away from what's no longer serving them and help them to move into a place of wellness um, where things will serve them well, be better for their body, mind, and spirit. And I focus on healing practices, wellness practices that include journaling, massage therapy, yoga, meditation, um, soon to be Reiki, if that is for me. Um, but healing practices that nourish um, the body, the mind, and the spirit. And as I as I move along in my journey, I plan on sharing those practices with you. And if we're in an area together sometime in meeting up, then we will practice in person or and together. That is um, that is the hope. But I will be talking about these practices and facilitating them online and in person with anyone seeking to practice with me. Yeah, so that's who I am, and hope that you enjoy the journal with me weekly Tuesday and Thursday sessions where we spend time together in the morning to get ready for the day ahead or the afternoon ahead or even evening ahead. Um, when I become a little more settled, we'll be taking on some other things um, in enclosed spaces instead of online. But do me a favor if you find this interesting or something you want to be a part of, or just you like what I have to say and what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe to the channel so that you can be made aware of new videos that are uploaded, and you can be made aware by ringing the notification bell. There's a little bell that you can ring and um, yeah, be made aware that Kathy's going live today, or Kathy uploaded a new video. Also, um, engage with us. We are a community. We call ourselves a community of journalers because we come together and, when one or two, more than two people connect or hold hands, we create a good vibrations, good feelings, for and uplifting feelings in a group setting. Engage with us, have conversation if you so choose. You don't have to, it's not required. And we start off our journaling session with 20 minutes of journaling. If you, during the journaling, you find that you don't have much to write or download from your mind, your heart, and your spirit, then take some time and quiet and meditate. Um, just be quiet, listen to your heart and your breath, come back to your breath. You can do that during the 20 minutes also. And all you need is a journal, a pen or pencil to get started. There's no experience required. And just as there's no experience required to meditate, um, and you can use this for prayer also, if that is what you choose, this quiet time. And we'll get started after we check in with ourselves today. It's Tuesday, May 28th, and we check in by basically kind of going within and saying, how do I feel today? You can also, you know, ask yourself, you know, how's my body feeling? What do I come up with when I think about how I'm feeling? You might want to include your body as opposed to your emotions. How's your body feeling today? And you may come up with, the answers. I'm not feeling so good. I'm tired. I'm anxious. I'm feeling sluggish. Or I am peaceful. I am feeling great. Whatever you may feel, jot that down if you'd like to. You can jot that down in your journal. You also might want to um, uh, get a little deeper and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling sluggish? Why am I feeling tired? Why am I grumpy? um, what is it that's making me feel the way I'm feeling? Okay, take the time now to think about that. And if you'd like, you can um, now close your eyes or lower your gaze as we um, do real small breath work, a little breath work to calm your spirits, and get seated in your seat, on your bed, on your bench, on your yoga mat, perhaps, right? Wherever you are. And we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Do this 2 more times. Inhaling through the mouth, through the nose, excuse me. Inhaling through the nose. One more time. Inhaling, letting the diaphragm open as much as you can. and exhaling through the mouth. Raising your gaze or opening your eyes. Excuse me. Excuse the noise. And I hope that you settle down in your space, your place. We're going to get started with 20 minutes of, uh, of journaling. You're going to hear the sound of the Ambu sound bowl. Okay. It's a deeper sound than the little tinkle sound, tinkle, 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 twinkle, twinkle, that will be at the end, letting you know that we've come to an end of our journaling session. But we'll be spending time in with 20 minutes. And good morning to you, Midlife Money Moves. Greta, good to see you. Yes. So let's take a time to spend in our thoughts, our time, all right? Hmm. Okay. So good. I hope your writing session was successful, as your definition of success is. Okay, welcome back. If you are still documenting your thoughts, continue to do so. If you like to do so, if you are in meditation, please continue your meditation or prayer, and keep me in the background if you so choose. For those coming in on replay, welcome to the end of the journaling session, and we'll be starting our community uh, discussion and engagement with one another. Want to welcome Midlife Money Moves Greta King, who came in right as we were getting ready to to journal. Great to see you here, Greta. Um, Chef B, good morning to you. Beautiful warrior women, peace and love. I am. Great to have you here, Chef B. Great to have you here. And Subhani, thank you for coming in and spending some time with us. It's good to have you all here on this Tuesday after um, a long weekend, if it was considered long for you. It was a long weekend for me, and it was a different weekend. I wasn't um, I wasn't inside. I was playing outside, so to speak, and I had a great time meeting new people, meeting taking care of shipping things out, personal items out, and yeah, that was an experience. It was easier than I thought. I thought it was going to be some, you know, it was like it was easier than going to the post office. It really was. I just had to pack up my stuff and get that organized to send off, and drive a distance with these eight totes, these boxes, and back my little rental car back into the warehouse, and yeah, was welcomed, nicely, as they don't necessarily do at the post office anymore. Was welcomed by the gentleman who took my parcels and rang me up, and I got a discount because I didn't use a credit card. I used good old fashioned cash, and that saved me some money. And it turned out to be cheaper than I was quoted. I was on cloud nine. Spent some time with my family, and then made my way down to the DMV. I made little pit stops, and met up with my good friend Erica Salih, who had a joy and leisure luncheon. Um, and it was a joyous occasion. And um, it was amazing for women of all ages. I think I don't know how old the oldest one, but she was very spry and had great stories to tell. And we told stories, joyous stories, um, and promising stories. Met someone I had met online, and had brunch, and that was a listening experience, a listening and learning experience for me, and met an accountability buddy that I had never met before in person. And she is just as she, you may have actually seen, um, she's on a video, Kia Booker with me, us talking about being accountability buddies. Um, and we met and had iced tea with one another. And then saw my father this weekend. So it was I'm going to say it was a joyous occasion this weekend for me. I will say I am tired, but I am in good spirits with this tiredness because I drove for the first time in a long time, for a distance, and I don't normally drive because I no longer have a car, but drove, and went to places I had never been before. So that was good, except for my father's. So it was great to see my father and my mother in love, my stepmother, um, this weekend. So it was a great all around weekend. I hope you can say the same, that you had a joyous weekend. I learned a lot from every meeting. I learned quite a bit. I was extended, uh, you know, um, I was asked to attend. I attended these events, these meetings. I surprised Kia with meeting up with her and learned a lot. I learned a lot this weekend and learned a lot through listening, right? Learned a lot and was able to exercise my boundaries in some cases, and yeah, so it was a great weekend, and sometimes when you listen, you end up listening for what you need to hear, right? What you need to hear, except and instead of hearing what you expect to hear, right? So I used that exercise for myself, kind of primed myself to listen in on what I needed to hear. Um, as an empathetic person, I have been trapped into uh, on my own in my own doing, trapping myself to to go beyond a border and allow myself to get kind of sucked in emotionally. But I did really well this weekend and can say that I listened to what I needed to hear and not what I expected. I will say that I was surprised to hear the stories that I heard all weekend long. Um, and I'm good. I'm good. Sometimes I heard something this weekend. Also, uh, I'm not sure who it even was, but they were talking about how you we are not obligated. We are not obligated to um, to be in relationships that are not pleasing to ourselves, right? Or to engage all the time with people who are not meeting us where we are. Um, and and that means anyone. That means just about anyone, family, friend, acquaintance, or whatever. And so all of that was said after all this, the meetings that I had, and I I kind of give myself a pat on the back for not exhausting myself, my system, with things that um, aren't going to serve me well, right? So it was all good. It really was. So I learned something about myself. I actually admit that I have grown, um, and feel good about the progress that I've made. I hope that you all have practiced those affirmations about yourself over the time since Thursday, since we talked about affirming ourselves, because I did so all weekend long, right? As who was it? Chef B talked about, I am, you know, I am. My friend Erica provided a an affirmation about um, what I have it across the hall there. Uh, I am joyous, um, or I am feeling joy. You know, I am creating joyful spaces and places and times for myself, and that's how I felt all weekend. So I affirmed that for myself. So Let's see here. Yes, Greta. Greta, I am settling in Porto as soon as they allow, as soon as they send the email to tell me to come and pick up my passport, I will be on a plane settling in. I have everything. It's funny. Everything is set up. It's like I know I'm supposed to be there because everything is set up for me. All I have to do is wait for the consulate to let me know that I'm good. They told me I had all the paperwork they needed. In fact, I had more than what they needed, and all that they required of me. Um, I have all the requirements. I just have to be approved. And when it's my time, it will be my time. I actually, if they were to tell me that I could leave today, I still wouldn't be able to leave today because I still have things here, and it's slowly. I'm slowly purging. Not slowly. I shouldn't say slowly at all. I have purged. I have lots of things that have to go in the garbage. I have papers to be shred. I have a pile of shredding. I have a pile of uh, things that need to be dumped. I have furniture that nobody really wants. So I'm going to have to call to have it picked up. Um, yeah. So, yeah, I've had a good experience, Catherine. Thank you very much for that. And glass half full, good morning to you. Great to see you from the West Coast, and good for you. I hope all had a good weekend. Yes, it was time. I hope that you all were settling in and getting out and into the sunshine. I know it was really warm two of the days. Well, actually, 3 of the days. It was great to see my children this weekend and spend time with them. Hello, fellow empath here. Yes, Dr. Donna, we can get ourselves into a pickle. Yes, and yes, I'm preaching about it. You heard me. I am on a roll about it because I had to come home and kind of decompress from my journey. It was amazing how this, I'm going to call it a little trip. It was a little trip because I started out uh, on Friday with the packing. I told you, the totes and getting them to the shipper, and then I had to make it back um, because I had an appointment. My daughter and I were going to spend some time just pampering, and connecting, and then we went to dinner with her father and my son's father, and he came. My son came, and so we had a really nice gathering together, and then I had to pick up my rental car and did that actually on Friday, early Friday morning. Had to put all the totes in myself. I didn't have anyone to help me. And this has been an experience for me because I'm very independent, and if I call somebody and ask them to help me and they can't, um, that's fine. I'll do it myself. um, and so I was a little red hen, right? Little red hen. That's how I've done things since I was very young. Um, and so um, and so I put those totes in there and got them in there organized, and um, everything was like on on schedule. And I tend to believe that when you have a plan and you see it through, and it works, all even if it didn't work in your favor, that it was meant to be. Just keep on moving forward. Because everything I did, including taking the Uber to get the rental car, The Uber driver was very friendly, but he had this negative energy, and I laughed at him when he was saying things. We had a conversation. I told him kind of what I was doing, and he says, "Oh, those container ships. Wow, have you ever seen when when they get in bad weather and some of those containers, they stay on the boat, but it's amazing how they do that. I wonder if any of them ever drop off, And I'm like putting little doubts and seeds in my head. Then he mentioned something else. He says, "Oh, you're going to this place to rent a car?" He says, "I have reserved cars there before. They hardly ever have anything when you get there, even though you've reserved them." I drove up. There were so many cars to rent that was reserved. I got in and out, got my car. Just anything that was coming, you know. I laughed at everything he said. I was like, whatever comes my way, I will be able to deal with it. You know, let me, and that's how I have approached things for the last, I'm going to say 4 years. I've gotten really good at laughing, laughing in spite of it all. Um, and that's just, that's faith that comes from being uh, practicing, my keeping my boundaries together, not being sucked in to anybody else's energy, negative energy. Um, yeah, I can say that I have, and so that's why I can be joyous. I believe. I hope that you can be joyous and laugh through it all. Smile. Smiling is an exercise in itself. Even if you have nothing to smile about, it's going to make you feel better. Just do it. Show your teeth to yourself in the mirror. I swear, it and the more I laughed, the more I smiled, the more I felt good all throughout these last 4 days. Um, yeah, that's what I did. So um, I hope that you can end up smiling through the day, whatever comes your way. Uh, there is a woman I follow on Insight Timer. She is um, I'm going to say she is Christian, of the Christian faith, and her name is Maria Gullo, Gullo, and she provides the practice of contemplative prayer. Um, and to me, it's almost as if, well, from a Christian standpoint or point of view. And so she has a morning prayer that I prayed with her, uh, record her recording, probably for, I'm going to say, 3 or 4 years every day. Yeah, no, 2 years. 2 years, that's not true. 2 years every day. And basically, it was basically allow allow God, I'm going to say God, because that's who she uses, the Lord or the universe, to be with you as you wake up, right? And with that in mind, you should be able to open yourself up to whatever comes your way, because you are guided and protected by a higher being. Now, I know that everyone has their own beliefs and their faiths, and I do not trample on anyone's belief, because I believe that who what we believe is what we believe. But whenever you have faith within you, I believe in yourself, given to you, provided to you by a higher being. Um, then you can move through this world smiling and being happy. So um, if you use Insight Timer, which has lots of meditation, contemplative prayer, there are Buddhists, there are people of all faiths or non-faiths, um, and you can look up Maria Gullo, Gullo. Um, yeah, it's a great prayer. Um, my peace, what do you have to say? It's great that you surrounded yourself with love and uplifting people. Sounds like a joyous and productive weekend. Yes. Plus, you didn't let any negativity affect you. Yeah, yeah. A lot of times, and my piece. Thank you for saying that. That I didn't let any negativity affect me, because what I do know is that um, um, I growing up, I had a great growing up as a child until I was a pre-teenager, 13, where I experienced lots of what I call negative things happening, that were really my parents' negative things, but of course that affected you. And as an older child, older sibling, the firstborn, you kind of grew up fast, taking care of people, and I was surrounded by lots of negativity, and sometimes I encounter myself having slight negative tendencies, allowing negative things to get to me, and in fact, sometimes having more negative thoughts than I probably would have had I not been surrounded by that. It truly did affect me. I had to learn how and practice a healing practice of keeping my boundaries fortified, putting that armor around me. And I've gotten really good, but it's taken a while to do that, because of things happening later in life, professionally and personally. I've come up with having, I would say, trust issues, um, and when you have trust issues, you kind of start moving back into that negative thinking, right? And trust issues require you to have relationships. When you have trust issues, you have relationship issues. So I've had to learn how to manage the trust, right? And trust takes time. So I'm doing this healing work quite often, quite often. When I'm settled in that little town, that little town of Porto, I plan on having workshops, virtual workshops on these issues, um, to keep us joyous, because it's so easy. It's so easy to become negative, and that's why I stress the practice of affirming yourself every day. Yeah, affirming yourself every day and walking with peace uh, within you, uh, and finding joy and peace around you. Uh, Sibani says, when you laugh at negative comments, you cleanse your spirit of that negativity. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just laughed and smiled, and I was refreshed by my own self. I sure did. I sure did. Um, I'm finding that as I get older, this is Greta King, the easier it is to let go of negative people and energy. Yes, I still have to work at it. It does get easier. Yes, Greta, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And thank you for the confirmation that it gets easier as you get older. Yes. I think we can become wiser, the wise owl. We become, we have learned from our experiences and don't want to make the mistake of getting back into those poor habits, right? Yeah, we learn. We haven't failed. We don't fail, but we need to remember so that we can learn and grow. So, um, when we're out in the world, wherever you may be, um, it's a constant learning, and actually, I believe it keeps you young, right? I think it keeps you young as you grow, and you're wise. You're wise for these years. That's the payback. That's the gift we get as we get older is the wisdom. So yeah. So that's how my weekend was. I hope your weekend was good. Tell me about it. Share it if you would like to. Tell me if it was a good weekend for you. Um, as the weather gets warmer, um, and we get out more, we garden, right? I I kind of I miss that. I had small gardens, or I would weed the garden and plant flowers, and they would come up. Um, and the green plants that come back, perennials, yeah, come back. Uh, so they were always coming back and surprising and getting bigger each year. I don't have that in an apartment, but I do plan on getting plants whenever I get myself settled again to enjoy um, feeling soil, and you know that's always good. But always um, going out into nature, no matter if it's your garden or if it's a park, to spend some time with green and trees, and you know the butterflies and the bees. Oh, great! My weekend was a relaxing one. Good, Greta. That's great. Oh, Catherine, what do you got going on? Had a good weekend. Hosted my first afternoon tea. It was joyous. Very good, Catherine. Very nice. Embracing more rest. Good for you. Great, great. That's good. And let's see, my piece would it was Africa Day on Saturday in Lisbon, Portugal. So I went to several events to support the community. It was a great weekend. Oh, that's awesome. Africa Day. I love that. That's awesome. I can't wait to experience that. They do something like that here, I think, right, Catherine? I spent the weekend with my daughter too, Sabani says. She loves thrifting, so I took her to do that. That's great. I like thrifting, but I can't thrift right now. It's nice that you can find things. um, yes, I got my nails done. Yeah, I got a nice bright color. Yeah, I went with my daughter, and I got my feet done too. And I got it my nails shaped differently. I got the pointier nails. Yeah, they filed them down, and yeah, so I have pointy nails now. Yeah, In June, here in Philly, we have Adun Day. And so, yeah, it's a whole day. I think a couple days actually in June. Um, the African community or and comes together. African American community comes together. So it sounds like everyone had good days over the weekend. I'm glad. And there's lots to be joyous about. I'm gonna keep it on a high note, you know, for this week, and we do keep it on the high note because why not? There are plenty of things we can complain about. There's so much going on in this world, but I choose to try to keep it on a high note so I can make it through the day, right? Keep it through to make it through the day. I actually thought I lost these glasses this weekend, and they were at the very, very bottom of a very small purse. I don't know, but I laughed at that too. And I did okay without my glasses. I had some readers that weren't very good, but my eyes worked out fine. So I laughed at that too. I was like, I'm just moving with this. I'm just really moving with this whole thing. So it was a great day. I'm gonna wish you all a great Tuesday, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. And keep it uplifted. Keep yourself uplifted. Smile, laugh in spite of what may come your way, who comes your way. It could be family, it could be friend, because I surely laughed today. I mean, this weekend when speaking uh, with some family members, and um, yeah, it's all good. Have a great weekend, a great rest of the day, a great week. I hope to see you back here on Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will once again download what's on our heart, mind, and spirit. Practice affirming ourselves. We will practice, smiling and giving ourselves a big hug. Touch somebody today, right? 3 hugs is a good number to make someone else or yourself feel good and feel the vitality through good energy, right? Yeah, spread the good energy to those who may need it, right? Some people just need a hug. Some people really do just need a hug. They need about 3 a day. You need 3 a day, even if that comes from yourself. So I wish you well. Have a great day, and I will see you on Thursday. Much love to you and peace to you. All right. Bye.